So when young Sheldon boys, Sheldon stays the night at his dormitory, and there's a lot of rule breaking. People are playing music too loud, and they're skating down the hallways, and Sheldon's had enough. So it goes to the RA, and turns out that he's a bit of a rule breaker himself. He's smoking in his apartment, and so Sheldon goes to the president of the university, and he's like, we need a new RA to enforce these rules in the dorms. And she was like, all right, you're hired. And Sheldon's like, all right, but so what happens is that Sheldon's gonna go over like all the reasons why he should be the residential advisor for the university. And the president doesn't want to hear all that. So she's like, all right, you're hired. And then Sheldon's like, all right, but he still goes over the list. So it's like, so it's like, it doesn't matter if you hire Sheldon, he's still gonna give you an earful about how great he is about enforcing rules and stuff. But bruh, even when he becomes the RA, people still don't respect his authority. They're still playing music loud and still skating in the halls. And so Sheldon grabs a megaphone, and he's like, but people still don't respect his authority. They literally grabbed the microphone and just brought it to their room. And brah, nobody respects Sheldon's authority. And bro, Sheldon thinks that if he gets a letter from the president about how he's the RA, and that's gonna get people respecting his authority, bro. But this man, he was like disobeying the rules, and so Sheldon knocks on his door, and he's like, "All right, you gotta obey these rules. I'm the RA, and I have a letter from the president saying that I'm the RA, and you gotta listen to what I say." And that man just grabs it and rips it up and throws it in his face. And Sheldon's like, joke's on you, because I got scotch tape. And bro, Sheldon can't win, because in the end, he literally gets taped to a wall, and people be skating and playing loud music, bro. And bro, this reminds me of like this philosophy about how if you can't beat them, you have to join them and then beat him. And so, bro, what Sheldon could have done is he could have joined them. He could have said, "Oh, I see you're doing some skateboarding in the halls and playing some loud music, and even though that's really rebellious, it is kind of fun." And bro, once once Sheldon can get them into like this frame of mind where they're agreeing with him, they're saying, "Oh yeah, skateboarding and listen to music, it's really fun." And they're agreeing with him, and then makes a slight adjustment. Yeah, it's fun, but remember that class we had early in the morning. And they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, even though playing loud music late at night is really fun, we did have that class early in the morning, and we don't wanna mess up our chances. So boys, this is the strategy that you need to influence people's behavior and get them making compromises for each other, bro." And that's all I got for the video. Goodbye.